Okay. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So, this is a bit different because for a change, it's me in front of the camera. I feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm sure I'll get over it. We're here to show you a really special house. This house is special to me because it's owned by our best friends, and it's the reason why we moved to Portugal, because they moved to Portugal. They lived in this house for many years and were super happy here because it's a really lovely house to live in a fabulous location. Unfortunately, one of the couple have become very poorly, and they can no longer drive, and so they've had to move to an area where there's public transport that can get them to and from hospital. So that's really the reason why the house is being sold. There's no other reason. So I just thought I would share that because it's important to me that people understand the reason why a house is being sold. It's in a small village called Viavai, which is in the municipality of, how do you say it?
Santa Eufemia.
Santa Eufemia.
Irabasel.
Santa. Can you say that again, please, Don?
Santa Eufemia Irabasel.
And it's very close to the town of Penella.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true.
Yep. And it's in the district of Coimbra.
25 minutes from Coimbra Center.
Okay. So I'll put all those details on screen so that you can find them on Google Maps if you need to. I've got Dom filming with me today, which I'm very grateful for because he can help me with all the bits of information that I can't remember. So anyway, this is a 3-bedroomed townhouse. It has its own parking space. It's in a beautiful, quiet village. It's completely surrounded by nature. 10 minutes walk, you're deep in forests in this direction. 30 minutes drive to Coimbra in that direction. 35 minutes drive in that direction to the city of Tomar. Okay, so in Viavai you have a taberna which serves fantastic food and beverages. They also sell a small range of essential items, milk and baked beans and other things that you might need. There's a local church, there's a community centre just down the road. They have festas. The majority of the community of the people that live in Viavai are Portuguese, but then we also have some South African people, some Dutch people. Where's your friend from down the road?
Carlos?
Carlos.
He's from Angola.
He's from Angola, but
yeah.
speaks Portuguese.
Yes.
And then there's English people and
Finnish.
And Finnish.
Yes.
That's the one.
That's over there.
So yeah, so there's a wide community of people from different parts of the world. So lots of different cultures all coming together.
Be nice.
Another thing before we start, now we filmed this house before, and when we first filmed it, it was 85,000 euros, and because of everything that was going on in the owners' lives, they just had to leave in a hurry. So the place was a bit of a mess. It needed decorating. There was still some building work to do. And between me and Dom, we found a team of people who came in. They painted the front of the house. They decorated internally. They rendered the walls in the kitchen. They did some carpentry work, and they just tried to show off the true potential of what it could actually be when it's finished. There's still some work that needs to be done, but it's all cosmetic. Um, so yeah, so if you need to get in touch with those people, then drop me an email. If you need a house clearance, if you need rubble moved, if you need your house painted, we can put you in touch with that team because they were superb. And in comparison to other people, they were super cheap. So yeah, so the people that own the house, they used the last of the savings to just try and make the house more presentable. So let's go and have a look around. So this is the main entrance. You come in this way. I don't know whether you remember before, but in the last video there was a massive pile of rubble here. That's all been cleared, and it really kind of helps to get a feel of what you could do with the place now that all the stuff has been cleared. So you come in through this gateway, up these external stairs in a very traditional Portuguese style to an area that I love. This is a courtyard where we've spent many evenings eating Dom's wonderful pizzas, drinking wine around the table, having a laugh. In the daytime you get the sun, in the evening time you get the shade. All these walls have been painted. Dom, can you talk to us a bit about the paint that you used, because it was a very special, expensive paint.
Okay, so we used Titan Pro R10. It's for longevity, extra white, extra waterproof, and yeah, we expect it will last for at least 5 to 10 years, depending on the maintenance.
Does it not have some kind of guarantee about 10-year anti-fungus, 10-year anti-UV? It has certain guarantees with it.
Yes, I think it was at least 10 years.
Okay, so
Anti-fungus, anti-UV, and fireproof paint.
Okay, so it was they used good quality stuff to get a really nice finish that's going to last for whoever decides to buy the house.
Yes, it was the best paint I ever worked with, for sure.
Wow, okay. And then if you come around this way, and again, I don't know whether you remember, but this area was just full of stuff and you couldn't see anything. And now you can kind of get a real feel for having, having tables and chairs here, a barbecue area so you can cook outside. You've got an external water tap just here, and so it's a really nice outdoor private space that's not overlooked by anyone. But the other really important thing about this, and me and Don know all about it, is there's no strimming required. There's no land maintenance, because right this moment in time, me and Dom are just consumed by managing the land that we both have, because it's a lot of work. And people come to Portugal thinking that they're going to grow vegetables and grow fruit trees and it would all be wonderful. But the reality is, it is at least 2 times a year you have to strim the land. I strim the land now 4 times a year. And it's a lot of work. It requires a lot of maintenance. So to have an area, I mean, now if I chose, maybe I'd have a small piece of land, but then I'd have more patio area where I could just sit and enjoy my time with my family. Okay, let's go and have a look inside. So this is the traditional front door. You have this lovely stone surround. Um, Now, one thing that is really clear is it needs a new kitchen. That's obvious, and the owners wanted to put in a new kitchen. They just couldn't afford to do so. But, and this is the really important bit, it's a straight run. So you've got a straight run of cabinets here. You can go along there and around the corner. So that part is easy. The second part that's really easy, the plumbing for the washing machine is here. The plumbing for your sink is here, and all your electrics are already in place. So all the difficult parts are done. It's just a simple case of choosing your kitchen and fitting it yourself. It's a really quite an easy job. If you want to, you can get really nice stone worktops cut in a stone workshop in Penella. They'll come and make templates and they'll cut them to size. They'll fit them for you if you want, and they're cheap as chips. So that's the real plus about this kitchen. So the work that's been done in the kitchen, I don't know whether you remember last time, but all this wall was a complete mess. There was tijolo, there'd been new tijolo everywhere. So the rendering has been done on these walls, and then obviously Dom did his fabulous painting work, so that's all been sorted. There's a really nice skylight up above to allow more natural light into the kitchen. You've got another kitchen window there with the shutters closed at the moment, but you know, again, you could still open that and let in lots more natural light. There's plenty of room to just behind you. There's plenty of room there where you could have a kitchen table, so you could have a kitchen diner. And then there's also an electric water heater here, so you don't have to worry about replacing gas bottles. The ceiling is new. Above this ceiling there is, I think there's either 50 or 60 millimeters of XPS insulation board in between each of the rafters. The roof itself is concrete, so you don't have to worry about that. So generally, all you're looking at here is a new floor and a new kitchen, and you're good to go. So if you'd like to follow me down, watch your head. This is quite typical for a Portuguese house to watch your head into just this wonderful living space. It's a wonderful sitting room, living room. It's an area where they spend most of their time, because you have these brand new double glazed windows with, as you can see, fabulous views. If you'd like to show the view, Dom. You've got these brand new double patio doors here. So these have just gone in. Oh, and they lead out to this wonderful Juliet balcony. The outside in.
Beautiful.
Okay. Original wooden floor. It needs a bit of a sand up and maybe a revarnish, but it's in good condition, so there's nothing to worry about there. There's a brand new air conditioning unit, which is a top of the range Mitsubishi, which was just installed just before they left. And it does hot, cold, dehumidifier, and air purification. So it covers all 4 bases, and it's all remote controlled, and I think you can link it to an app on your phone and all that kind of stuff. It really is. I know that my friend did a lot of research on which was the best unit, and at the time this was the best that they could get. So you've got that. Then obviously in the corner you've got a wood burner for the winter, for those cold winter nights when you want just some beautiful ambience and some flames and extra warmth. So that's nice. And then these old original wooden doors lead out to the patio area where we started. Okay. Now, if you follow me, we'll go up to the primary bedroom upstairs. The stairs that have gone in, these are new as well. These could do with the sand and the varnish, but that's an easy enough job. Now this room is the primary bedroom. Now I did the I did the insulation on the ceiling here, so it has space blanket and then another layer of XPS insulation in the ceiling, so the roof is well insulated. You've got 3 small brand new double glazed windows, which again, I like the idea of having smaller windows, because in the summertime, if you had massive windows, then you literally cook to death in the summer. So 3 small windows is enough to let in a lot of natural light, but not too much heat. Again, you've got the original wooden floor, and this wonderful vaulted ceiling, maintaining and keeping some of the original features, which is this, the original ridge beam, which is above us. So off the primary bedroom upstairs on the 3rd floor, no, it would be the 2nd floor, you have an ensuite bathroom. This has a concrete floor which is tiled. To this side you have a small electric heater. You have a vanity unit with plenty of storage, shaver points and lights. You obviously have your WC. You have a brand new double glazed window, and then over here on this side you have a tub and a shower, which again is a rare thing to see, a bath in a house in Portugal. Normally they're pretty much into their showers, so, and sometimes it's nice just to lie in a hot tub and soak your aching bones, especially if you've been strimming land all day. Hey Dom.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, let's go and have a look at some of the rooms downstairs. It's really nice, kind of coming down from the primary bedroom and just into this into just this lovely space full of natural light, and just the sounds of nature. It's very peaceful and quiet. I love it. Okay, so now we go downstairs. Again, these are new stairs. They could do with the sand and the varnish, but again, not a massive job. So this is the smallest of the 3 bedrooms. It was primarily used, I don't know whether you just want to show this, but there's a cat in here. The cat's made itself at home.
It's the house cat.
Gypsy. This is one of the street cats that they adopted, but sadly couldn't go with them. So this was used primarily as an office space, but it could easily be a small children's bedroom, and it has a double door which leads out onto the main street where we first started filming. Okay, so this would then be the 3rd bedroom. You twist these, don't you? There we go.
Oh, what a light.
They're locked. But again, you have these double doors that lead out onto the street, which is a nice feature. You've got concrete floors. Now, I'm going to point out some things that will need to be done to this property. Yeah, so obviously this part of the house is subterranean. It's underground. It would have been what would have been the adega, where they would have kept animals, made wine, stored potatoes, stored their tools. It would have not necessarily been part of the living accommodation. So obviously, as we now move into the future, we want to have more space and use areas like this as part of our living accommodation. And because we're subterranean, we're underneath the water table, but there are solutions on how to deal with this. So as you can see over on this wall here, there's some damp stains. But there's a system called tanking. It's made by a company called Thoroughseal, and it's a system that goes underneath the plaster and it holds back water under pressure. I've used it in many basements and it resolves damp issues 100%. So there are solutions to these problems. It's not the end of the world, and it certainly wouldn't put me off buying a property. In fact, I need to tank my own properties. It's an easy solution, and it's something that I can talk you through with advice if you want me to. So just ask. Okay, so now we come up these stairs. So there obviously wasn't a doorway here before, and they've made a doorway, and then they've rendered these stonework to make a really nice, beautiful feature. Okay. You come up these steps here and you come into the 2nd bathroom. Now what I'd say about both of these bathrooms is they're both functional. They could both do with updating, which is something that they were planning on doing, but obviously they can't do now. But right now everything works. But they could do with a little bit of updating, like the kitchen. But it's all cosmetic stuff, and they're the fun parts of building. So in here you've got a wash hand basin, WC, and then a walk-in shower in this part here. And very important, some extraction. So this is the final part. Some people might call this the man cave, a workshop, but I think this could also be another bedroom. It could be more accommodation. You'll see why. Under here, there used to be the old fozzer, the old septic tank, but the owners paid to have main sewage installed to the main street. So it's got main sewage, mains electricity, mains water. And then if you come into this room here, you can see you've got, it's quite a big space. There's reasonable head height. I mean, I'm 6'1" and I can just about...
Yeah, it's pretty big.
You've got, this is the terrace that's up above. So up above here is the terrace. So this, you could make this into more accommodation. You could have a workshop. You could have an artist studio. There's so many different things you could do with this space. The choice is yours. So, and then the doors behind are the ones that led out to wow, that lets in loads of natural light when you open these doors. So these lead out to your front door and the stairs that led up to the patio. So not only have the owners had lots of work done to the property, because of their situation, they've also reduced the price to €79,950. So for a property to buy as an investment opportunity, for rentals, for Airbnbs, somewhere where you could move in straight away whilst you looked for somewhere permanently to live, the opportunity, or to live here as your forever home. The opportunities are endless. So please, if you are interested in this video, I'll leave my email in the description below. If you'd like a viewing, contact me. I'll be doing the viewings to the property because I only live 5 minutes away. I mean, don't let that put you off, the fact that I'm only 5 minutes away. But yeah, we live just up the mountain. So if you want to come and have a look around, give me a shout and we'll organise a viewing and take it from there. And thank you very much for your time. And thank you, Dom, for being my wonderful cameraman.
You're welcome, Nick.